Hey guys, it's Amy with Thing to Plan, and today we are here with day 9 of December Daily. Okay, so before I jump into it and start working on my ninth story for the December Daily album, let me go ahead and just make an announcement. I am planning to pause the December daily process videos that I've been doing for my channel. And so if you've been following along with these videos, I have been trying to post a video daily, putting together each of the days and each of the stories. But there's really one main reason why I'm putting a pause on it. Our family just decided to, at the last minute, well, I guess not really at the last minute, but we finalized the plans literally last night to take a trip. And so initially I was thinking I would just take everything with me and, continue to do daily process videos while I'm on vacation on this trip. But I decided, just for the sake of like family time and, in this, it's about being together and like enjoying the Christmas season together as a family. And so I didn't want to, dilute that experience with trying to record at the same time. So I am taking a pause. And when I return from that trip, I will be doing several process videos that are combined together, which will help in a number of ways. I mean, my videos I've noticed have been fairly long, like really long, in fact. And so it'll help to be able to speed through the video and just do the voiceover and do a couple of days at one time. So that's the plan. I am not quitting on December Daily. I am just going to take a pause while we go on this trip and try to catch up once we return before Christmas or like maybe even a little bit after Christmas. So I have, a period of time where I can still try to finish, right? My goal is still to finish by the end of the year. So that's what the plan is for right now. So don't be sad. I am going to come back and God willing, finish this album. Like that's the goal, is to finish this album, and finish it with like some goodwill and cheer behind it, right? And be more motivated because I've taken this trip and calmed down my mind and relaxed a little bit. Okay, so that's the goal. I just wanted to go ahead and put out there. You won't see any videos for probably the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Okay, so just throwing that out there. So this will be the last daily video, at least for the next little while. I might return to doing a couple of daily videos at the very end with the Christmas part of it. But for right now, last daily video. Okay, so with all that being said, my story for today is going to be focused on something that I started for this Christmas season. So just like yesterday's video or the day 8 video, I didn't really have anything specific happen on the 9th that really stood out as like a Christmas oriented or holiday oriented or, like a specific story that had to occur in December. So I focused instead on a story that is just like a broader theme that has occurred. Well, for this particular story, it's not for the entire year. It's just something that I picked up that's not holiday oriented, but it is something that I started right before December. So that was the story that I'm planning to tell. And this might be TMI, but let me just go ahead and show you the photo. I mean, I'm an omen book, right? Okay, so anyway, the photo that I have is basically, let's just call it what it is. It's a pea stick, okay? So I basically started a new diet, and so this is a picture that I have of like the ketones that I'm measuring for my ketogenic diet. And the story says, some people might argue that starting a new diet right after Thanksgiving is poor timing because the dieter won't be able to enjoy the goodies that happen during Christmas. Well, I counter that argument by saying that starting a diet when temptations are strongest means that the diet is working if I can make it through. Thus far, the ketogenic diet has improved my energy levels and mental clarity, reduced my addiction to caffeine, and given me an altered perspective on good versus bad food. I call all of these things wins. And so obviously the story and the photo are related. And I did try to make the story fairly, this is actually, something that we've talked about. Like I've had several people ask me why I started this diet, like right after Thanksgiving. I started the Friday after Thanksgiving. And this is the argument that I've made, is that it actually hasn't been something that has been difficult for me to shift into this diet. So I feel like it has been working for me. And again, so it's not necessarily a holiday oriented story or a Christmas oriented story, but I felt like it was very appropriate for the December daily. And so this is the story and the photo that I plan to use. And let me go ahead and flip into my album and show you what we've got. So these are the pages that I've done previously. I will mention that as you're looking through all this, you can see that I don't have any pocket pages. I do have pocket pages for my classic Happy Planner, but I just have not pulled them out and used them in this project yet. So that's surprising. Normally, I default to, just sticking stuff into pockets and calling it a day, but I haven't done that yet. So I'm really proud of myself for making it through these first 9 days at least, with not resorting to that. I will tell you again, we're going on a family trip, so I am planning to do some videos related to these pages in particular, and so there will be some like less December daily crafty projects. It will be simply journaling and photo, and moving more into that kind of style of memory keeping. But again, I'm still thinking about some of those ideas. But anyway, so this was my day 8. This is what I made yesterday. The super cute kind of flip out with Sophia, and some of the images of her just kind of lying around, lazing around like a bum when she was a baby, and then her current like sleeping photo, which is right here. You'll see that I didn't reprint it. I actually, as I continue looking at it, I actually like having that little bit of like border around it, so I decided to keep it. I thought that was good just to tie it in with like the border here. And then I had this blank space, and I knew it was 4x4, so what I did was go ahead and print the story as a 4x4. And let me you can see I trimmed this because I actually every time I print something, I try to like not waste any white space, so I try to print additional photos all around it. And I'll actually show you some. Like, here's a story. This will probably be tomorrow's story, or today's story. And so that's one. And then I printed a couple of other photos for some other projects not related to December Daily. I am grabbing my scissors here, and I'm really just going to trim this out. And what I'm thinking of doing is putting the story on this back side right here, and then doing like a kind of like second spread on this other side that will be the photo itself. And of course you can see this is like, it's kind of a like a not, I mean, it's not like a Christmassy or like, holiday oriented photo. So I'm going to do something to kind of cover it up and make it a little bit, more hidden. I'm not going to hide it completely, but I'm not necessarily wanting it to be just like, bam, there it is, a photo of a pea stick. I should call it something like, it's a keto stick. That's what it's actually called, keto sticks. But, it is what it is. You pee on it and, it registers your ketones. Like, I'm really, really trying to not fumble around too much with some of these. Okay, so glue stick here. And I've also really been enjoying doing the real time, and not, trying to speed through the process, like just sit and kind of enjoy and savor the experience. But it will be a lot of fun to be able to just craft without talking you through all the steps while I'm doing it, because a lot of times I'm just like kind of stopped and not actually crafting. I'm just like chatting to my phone, which is kind of funny. But all right, so the story goes here. All right, and then I'm going to cut out this photo as well, and I'm going to punch it and kind of put it here, and then we'll play with it afterwards. So the photo itself is going to be, I mean, it's on, again, like regular copy paper. Actually, when I was printing it out this morning, before I printed it out, I was like, oh, I need to put this on cardstock. I need to put this on cardstock and just make it, a little bit sturdier while it sits in this album. But, again, I just hit the print button and it just printed out on regular copy paper because I forgot to make that change and switch over to cardstock. And I'm also, I mentioned this in a previous video as well, I'm running out of ink. So this is a good, like with this kind of pause, I get a chance to replace the ink and just take time to do some of these other things. Now this photo I took this way, but I think it will be fine for me to turn it like this. And so that's the plan here, is for me to punch it this way. And I'm going to use this as a guide because I do want it to be like kind of the single piece. The picture is printed as like, I'm not actually sure of the measurements, the exact measurements, but it's somewhere around like the 4x7 range. I just took the picture, obviously, and then when I put it into Word to resize it, I resized this length to 4, just so it's like one continuous piece here. I mean, I didn't worry so much about, well, that's the height. Well, it is the width because it's this picture, and the height I didn't worry so much about. I did want it to be less than 7 though, because I knew that would just run off the page. So it must not be 7. It must be like 4, and that looks like an inch, right? So it's probably a 4x6. Okay, so it's probably a 4x6. Okay, so then in addition to this, I mean, this is pretty much the base. I did grab this piece right here. This is a piece of plastic that I just have saved. I saved like these kind of little plastic pieces just for like various craft projects, and you know, just this this is gonna come into use today. Like this is the goal here, is to try to like tone down like this kind of in your face picture of the keto sticks. So what I'm gonna do is actually use the picture to trace out like a little piece of plastic to lay on top of it. And so I'm going to trim this out. And where this plastic came from is, again, I'm a happy planner normally, you know, beyond my December daily stuff. And I'm even now using a happy planner, at least for the outside of my December daily. And so the happy planner includes these plastic pieces in their box kits to hold their stickers in place in their box kits. And so again, I save these little pieces just for like various craft projects. Eventually I go through, like every once in a while, I'll go through and kind of purge the like stash of all of these things, because I mean, after a while there's only so many that you should be saving, I think, you know, like I don't need 100 of them. Not that I do have 100, but like, you know, I don't need that many. I can definitely just use a smaller like subset. And so I go through and just kind of throw away some. But the other day, was it the other day? It was yesterday. I mean, sometimes the days just kind of blend together. It was yesterday. I was going through and kind of cleaning up some of my planner stash, which was this story right here. And so I did actually finish this. And some of the plastic pieces were just kind of in that box. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to, you know, instead of throwing this away, let me just go ahead and use one of these pieces. And I was going to use this for, again, a non-December daily project that I had in mind. But I went ahead and saved several of these and tossed, you know, most of the rest, because they are just, at this point, if I'm not going to use them, they're just clutter, right? But I did save enough, and I saved this piece and then a couple of other pieces just to, oh, look at how like sharp that edge is. I should grab my corner rounders so I can punch this edge. All right, and I might have it sitting out here. Okay, yeah, I do. So I saved a couple of pieces. Again, a couple for a non-December daily project that I have in mind for my 2021 planner. And I'm not going to even do that until like probably mid-January. Because it's just not necessary until I start work again for the project I have in mind, at least. But, you know, I just saved a couple. That's kind of the story that I'm going with. Okay, so I'm going to punch this this piece. I have my corner rounder here. This is, I don't even know the size, and pieces are falling out of it. So I'm not quite sure why that is. I thought there was like a little catch bin, but apparently not. Okay, so I'm going to round this corner. It's a fairly round corner too. It looks like that. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, that's my corner rounder. My other corner rounder that rounds more similar to the shape of the Happy Planner covers actually broke yesterday, again for a separate project. And so this is the piece, and then what I'm going to do is use my power punch here, again, one of my favorite tools whatsoever. Like one of my new things, to punch through this plastic just in case my regular Happy Planner punch doesn't work. Okay, so I'm just lining up the first one again, and then I'll use the spacer to punch the rest of them. And this time around, I'll try to at least include a link to this punch. All right, that's the goal. All right, so I have these two pieces, and I'm not going to put it on the discs yet. Let me go ahead and just play with this a little bit. So I'm going to decorate this to, again, like it's not really meant to hide per se this photo, but I do want to like, tone down the in-your-face nature of it. So the very first thing I'm going to do before I forget altogether is to put the number on there. So this is the story for day 9. So I'm going to put this. I'm going to, let's see. Let me put it in this corner. I don't know. Should I put it like right on top? I think I will put it right on top. And if I'm going to do this, I might as well just do it right, and just cover what I can. Okay, so I'm going to put it right there. And, you know, with that right there, it doesn't really look like a pea stick. Okay, I need to stop calling it that. I really should. Okay, and then the other thing that I'm going to do is really just decorate this acetate piece. Again, I don't have chipboard or any of the fun scrapbook materials. I mean, I do have it, but like it's buried under everything else that I've got. And so what I have here is the Michaels Craft Smart sticker book, Pastel Christmas, which I purchased on like one of the hot buys, like buy one get two free kind of deals. And they have just like such like cute pastel stickers in here, all Christmas oriented. And I'm going to just pull some of these out and like kind of put it around here. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is keep it fairly like thematic in the sense of like maybe using just these snowflakes with the silver foiling. But let me just flip through and see if there's anything else that I would use. There are a couple of quotes. Maybe I'll add a quote as well because those are cute. Like I'm bookmarking these two with my fingers here. All right. These are cute, but they're all kind of like Merry Christmas, wonderful time of the year kind of statements. There's some things that I can't eat on my keto diet, which I won't use. All right, and there are like buttons and like circles, florals, and then these snowflakes. These are cute. I'm wondering which would look better. Okay, so I'll save this as well. So I have 3 pages saved at this point. All is calm, happy holidays, love, Noel. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with the silver. And I'll start off with a quote first. So I'm thinking like, again, like the story here is of like the diet. And I want something like maybe winter wishes, right? Just to try to tie in or at least be semi-tied into the story. This is, for me, one of my wishes for December is not necessarily to lose weight, but it's definitely to feel better. I can't put that down yet. I actually want some foiling underneath to make it pop up or pop, like to show up a little bit more. So let me put that down first. And then I'll lay that one on top. And then I'm just going to, like, this is very similar to my day one where I'm just gonna place random snowflakes everywhere. And then we're gonna call it a day. That's pretty much it. All right, I'm cutting some of these stickers. I do love cutting stickers just to be able to kind of place them off the edge of the paper here. And let's do it over here. These are just kind of random. But I am also thinking about like coverage here. It's again not meant to like hide anything, but I do want it to be spaced out fairly evenly. Okay, so this one I'll probably just trim off and not bother saving some of these edges. Okay. Oops, that was a bad trim. Okay, and like if I had smaller ones, I feel like a couple of small ones would be good here. So add those in there. I'm rubbing it down so that way it shows up as a little bit more transparent. Okay, and then I'm trying to think, is that good enough? I feel like there's like a spot here. But these little smaller ones are the same shape. Let me see, let me flip through. I feel like at some point I saw some other shapes. Okay, so they're all kind of the same shape and I want to stay in the same color range. Okay, so, and not add blue. Okay, well, can you even see that? No, you won't be able to see that. Okay, let me stick with the foiling. Okay, let me add maybe I'll just turn it sideways. Okay, so, well, that doesn't look right. All right, not turning it sideways. All right, I'm gonna call it good. I actually like that. Winter Wishes does show up. I think it might be hard. It doesn't register as well on the camera, but it does show up. And so let me put this in the album and we're gonna call it a day. Should I round these corners for the picture? I don't want to. And I don't think I need to. Okay, so, well, I could. It's not a need ever, right? All right, so I'm gonna put this in here like this. All right, and again, it flows off of day 8, which was this flippy thingy. And the story is on the back with the story for day 9. And in order to hide it a little bit, I did create this little plastic piece with some snowflakes, and then it's just single-sided and the photo itself, all right? And again, I have a story, or I can put a story here. Now, as I'm going through all of this, one of the things that I am noticing that I have a lot of pages that could be separated a little bit with some like, kind of just like, not necessarily photos or stories, but just kind of like filler spreads to kind of separate a little bit more. So that might be one of the things that I kind of go back depending on how motivated I feel to do that. I might go back and do some of that. So just an example is like this one. In order to like separate this page from 8 and 9, I might just like put something here and just let it be, you know, just like a Christmas pattern that sits down there, instead of a picture of my hand. Same thing here with my computer. I might go back and kind of separate it a little bit. So anyway, that's what I've got going. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you are here for my December daily videos, I do have them posted in a December daily playlist that you can watch through. And until the next video, which will be in a week and a half for the December daily video, I will see you then. Bye.